you guys are new here, my name is Chanty, and I make all sorts of fun videos, mainly vegan recipes and Instant Pot videos. Today I'm gonna show you just a super beginner's guide to the Instant Pot, kind of like an Instant Pot 101, how to use your Instant Pot if you're brand new to it. I have two Instant Pots here. Sorry this is like not the best setup. I have a tiny kitchen. I have the Lux 6 quart, I think it's called the V60 6 quart. I also got a Instant Pot mini 3 quart. This is the Duo, but I feel like I use this one way more because of the size. It's perfect for me and my boyfriend, and then we have like a little bit of leftovers. The mini is just like a little bit too small for me personally, but I'm gonna show you some things on here in case you guys do have the Duo, you'll know how to use it. All right, what next? Let's just jump right on into the video. I wanna make this super short and sweet. Yeah, let's get on into it. So, Instant Pot 101. So first, when you unbox your Instant Pot, it comes with a little goodies. It comes with some goodies. I'm pretty sure this is everything that it comes with. I saved it all. You will get a little measuring cup, which I never use. Some spoons, which I also never use. A little rack, trivet, stand. I don't know what these are. They're called many different things. Duo comes with this thing, which is kind of useless because you can see it's very short. The Lux comes with this stand, which I like way better because you can cook stuff in the bottom and on top. We have the lid here. This is the sealing valve. This is actually the sealing ring, not the sealing valve. Very important that you check this and make sure it's sitting in there properly because that's how the Instant Pot seals. And then this is the pressure valve. When it's under pressure, the silver part sticks up like that. And when the pressure is released and it's safe to open, it drops down like that. And the next very important part of the Instant Pot is the lining. You cannot cook directly in the pot. You will break your Instant Pot. You have to cook in the lining. This is the little sealing valve. It comes off so you can clean it, but yeah, we'll talk about that later. The other thing the Instant Pot comes with, and I almost forgot to mention, is the recipe booklet, and it comes with a manual, but I don't know where that is. I think I threw it away. But the recipe booklet is super handy. I keep this in my kitchen and I actually look at it all the time because it has like cooking times in here. So that's super handy. So next I wanted to go over just some like basic Instant Pot rules, I guess you would call them. Basic knowledge you should know before you start cooking. I wrote them down. Okay, so the first one I wanted to tell you guys, I already mentioned, always have to make sure you're cooking in the lining and not directly in the pot. The next rule you always want to check, I already mentioned this, and make sure that your sealing ring is set in place nicely and that there's no debris in this ridge where the lid goes on. And yeah, just make sure there's no food like blocking anything that could inhibit it from sealing properly. The next rule, I feel like that's such a weird term. The Instant Pot needs at least 1 cup of liquid in it to come to pressure. If there is not enough liquid in the Instant Pot, or if it's too thick, you will scorch the bottom of the lining, and then the Instant Pot has an automatic shut-off function, so it'll just shut down, and then you can take off the lid, add more water, and then try again. That's happened to me a lot with making oatmeal and trying to make pasta. You have to make sure there's enough liquid for it to come to pressure. The last thing I want to tell you guys before I actually show you how to cook something in the Instant Pot is it has all these programmed modes, settings that you can use, but I only really use manual, saute, and keep warm. I honestly rarely use the programmed things in here. On the Lux, we have soup, broth, meat, stew, cake, egg, saute, and then on the other side we have rice, multigrain, porridge, steam, and slow cook. Oh yeah, you can also slow cook in the Instant Pot, which I've also never done, but that'd be a fun video to do one day. So those are the buttons on the Lux. On the Duo, it's a little different. They have different programs: soup, broth, meat, stew, bean, chili, which is not on the Lux, egg, slow cook, saute. On the other side, we have rice, porridge, steam, sterilize, which is also not on the Lux, yogurt, which is not in the Lux, and pressure cook. If you guys are using a Duo and the recipe says press manual, that is the same thing as the pressure cook button. So the manual button and the pressure cook button are the same thing. I hope this isn't too much information for you guys. The other thing about pressing manual or pressure cook is you can adjust the pressure level. So the Lux, it automatically goes to high pressure, but on the Duo, you can change it to low pressure or high pressure. When you first unbox your Instant Pot, it says to do a water test to make sure it works properly. You're just gonna take off the lid. Then you're gonna add 2 cups of water into the lining. Then you're gonna put the lid back on. Close it. Make sure the valve is set to sealing, and then you're gonna press manual and adjust the time. There's a minus and a plus button. Adjust it to just do like 3 minutes. That should be the first test you ever do with your Instant Pot. I'm not gonna actually show you how to do that because I just feel like that'd be kind of boring, but I am gonna show you guys how to make brown rice. I've never made that on this channel, so let's show you guys how to make the perfect brown rice. You always want to rinse your grains and beans before you eat them. I have 2 cups of brown rice here that I measured just using a regular measuring cup. I never really use this thing like I told you guys, and I rinsed it off with water, and I'm gonna show you guys how to cook the perfect brown rice. Okay. It's good if you're just learning how to use the Instant Pot to make like really basic things, just like plain oats, rice, plain beans. I didn't really start making like actual recipes until I felt more comfortable with it. So in the lining, I added the brown rice. There's all different ratios you can do with water. You could just do a 1-to-1 ratio. You could do 1 1/4. I'm gonna do 1 1/4 ratio. So we have 2 cups of brown rice. I'm gonna add 2 1/2 cups of water. You could also add broth instead of water if you want more flavor. And that's all you're gonna add. Then you pop on the lid. Then you gotta come up top here. This is the sealing valve. Make sure it's on sealing. Then we're gonna come over here, press manual, and we're gonna cook it for 15 minutes. And it's gonna beep 3 or 4 times. Then it says on. After it says on, it's gonna have to come to pressure. So the 15 minutes isn't actually the total cooking time. If something says it's gonna take 1 minute, that's not actually true because it takes time for the Instant Pot to actually come to pressure temperature, kind of like when you preheat your oven. And I'll show you guys what it looks like as it's coming to pressure. There will be steam coming out of the valve until it seals, and the pressure valve back here will pop up like I showed you guys. After the Instant Pot comes under pressure, it will switch from on to counting down from the time you set it to. So you can see it's counting down from 15, and this is a time lapse, obviously. Then when the timer goes off, it will automatically switch to keep warm. We're gonna do what's called a natural release at the end. There are 2 different ways to release the pressure. The first way is a natural release, which means that you don't do anything. You just wait an additional like 10 or 15 minutes and the pressure will cool down naturally. And the other way is to do a quick release, which is when you... A quick release is when you manually move the steam release valve from sealing to venting, and the steam will shoot out of the top of the Instant Pot to release the pressure. And just make sure your hands and face are away from the Instant Pot when you do this. But for this recipe, we're gonna do a natural release. After the 15 minutes time that we put on here is up, it will say L, and then it'll start counting upwards. It automatically turns to keep warm function, and it's counting up the minutes that it's been in keep warm. Okay, so as you can see, we did a 16-minute natural release, so it's been in keep warm for 16 minutes. It's not under any pressure anymore. You can switch the valve to venting and no steam comes out. So we just take off the lid and we have our perfect brown rice. And that's it. You can leave it in keep warm for as long as you want, but you can just press cancel and it'll shut off the Instant Pot. All right, well, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me for this Instant Pot 101 basics tutorial. I hope you guys had fun, and I hope you learned how to use the Instant Pot if you guys are beginners. Make sure you check out my channel for recipes, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.